SNG on the track.
Rivalry, a global marketplace connecting individuals and businesses.
SNG on the track. SNG on the track.
and includes unlimited DVR space, YouTube.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's good? All right. So, yesterday was an eventful day. A lot of crazy things happened. Who would have thought Florida State would have got their lick back? As you guys know, 2020, they came to Hard Rock and they got whooped 52-10. If you do the math, that's a 42-point beating. Now, yesterday, they delivered their own 42-point beating. I mean, absolutely terrible. We got whooped. Ain't no other way to say it. Now, as you guys know, I did say I would honor if we lose to Florida State or if we lose to the Gator, and I would have to change the name of the channel to Gator T2Y or Seminole T2Y. As you guys can see, we lost to the Seminoles. The channel name is changed for 1 week. Well, 1 week, I will be Seminole T2Y. Now, Seminole fans, don't get too happy. You don't want me making videos on y'all behalf because I will tear your whole staff down. All the things that you thought was compliments, I would make you guys regret. But anyways, Florida State won 45-3. Now, us losing 45-3 in blowout fashion, it don't seem to be a surprise to me no more. Now, here's why. We lost to MTSU. They scored 45. We lost to Duke. They scored 45. So Florida State scoring 45 when we losing to them at home, which we lost to those other two at home. They scored 45. I'm not surprised. I am not. I'm not. Now, of course, it hurts. I was in the building. I witnessed this massacre. At one point, I thought about going into the back of the stadium and dialing 911. But I don't even think they could have saved us. Bad coaching, yes. Players not executing, yes. No fight, no heart, yes. It's all recipes for getting blown out. Half of the players, I don't think, have bought into this new coaching staff. And that's cool. But, hey, at the end of the season, the transfer portal, hit it. Jump in and jump out somewhere else. Also, I'm pretty sure Mario is going to be recruiting. I mean, the recruits are still locked in, or, some of them probably silently decommitted, but nobody's decommitted yet or said anything. So hopefully, that stays intact. I believe that Mario sold these guys the truth and they will still stay here. Now, I can't lie to you guys. That was hard to swallow. That was a hard pill to swallow yesterday. Now, I must say, and I will play it on here, because yesterday was a very eventful day, but there was an experience. I will play it on here without sound, or actually, you know what? I could leave it up to you guys. Whenever the live is over, go to the channel, click on the channel, and go watch the video, Miami versus Florida State, the experience. You guys will see the environment, the tailgating, Miami fans, Florida State fans. I mean, I've seen a video where there's a fight in the stand, but other than that, it was a pretty nice environment. Florida State fans were pretty pleasant to be around. They were pretty pleasant to be around. I know that sounds shocking, but some of them was actually pretty pleasant to be around. But then again, I grew up with these fans. I grew up around these fans all year. So it's Miami versus Florida State, but it's like your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, your nephews. Some of them made some bad choices in their life if they picked Florida State to be their team. But nonetheless, it's all family. So it was a love-hate environment, kind of. I seen a lot of divided houses. I was sitting like right in front of one. I saw a FSU dad and a Miami mom. I seen it the other way around. It was a hell of a game. For Florida State, that is, because I just got news actually from the Hard Rock that the Miami Hurricanes football team just arrived. They just arrived, so I don't know if Florida State want to come back and play the real team, but apparently they just arrived. My God. It was a beatdown. It was a beatdown. Now I know a lot of you Seminole fans, y'all happy. Y'all happy. And it's sweet for y'all. It's all for us. I see Jacarius has hacked into 86 Seminole TV's channel, and he's spamming. It's all cool. Get it out y'all system. Get it out your system. It's all cool. But yeah, it was a hell of an experience. Now, next year that game will be up in Tallahassee. I'm gonna take a trip up there to Tallahassee next season to watch that game. I've never actually been in Dope Camp Stable, so I'm gonna see what that barnyard is like next season. Also, I'm gonna visit one of those Florida Gators games. I don't know quite yet which one, but I'm gonna visit a Florida Gator game. I might have to get security to go to that one. I might need some security. At least when I go to Florida State versus Miami, there's plenty of Miami fans around, so these Seminole guys won't say, "Hey, that's T2Y. That's the guy that be talking shit." Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital or something. But yeah, I'll definitely probably have to get some security to go up to Gainesville, because I know those fans are different. I know they're very different. They might try to never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, man. So Miami versus Florida State. Of course, Miami took a huge lump. I mean, straight boo-boo to bed yesterday. Straight boo-boo. Took the biggest, wettest dump in the middle of the field. 3 points. No touchdowns. 3 points. Now I see this little stat going around that Miami hasn't scored a touchdown in 9 quarters now. 9 quarters. 9 quarters. That's going back to the Duke game. We haven't scored a touchdown. Crazy. Tyler Van Dyke hurt, playing, re-injured himself. Clearly was not 100% to play that game. I don't know who made that decision to actually play him. Was it Mario? Did they not follow did the doctors not say anything? Did they not follow protocol? I don't know what happened. But that was terrible to watch. Tyler Van Dyke clearly could not go in that game. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to tell that. And then Jake Garcia. I mean, I'm a Jake Garcia guy. I'm probably biased when it comes to Jake Garcia, but I don't know. He's not clicking. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the youth. I don't know if it's the system. I don't know what the excuse to make. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let y'all do all the judging that y'all doing, because I see a lot of Hurricane fans, as they got a lot of opinions on the Jake Garcia situation. I'm gonna leave that in y'all hands. I still got faith in the kid. I still think he could turn it around or whatever. Ja'Carri Brown looked like he got a lot of upside to him. I mean, yesterday we finally seen them being used other than a running back. Quarterback sneaks and quarterback runs and all that. So I think at this point of the game, we're 4-5. I think if you're gonna flush this thing and rebuild it, the younger guys, the ones that's actually gonna be here, start playing them now. Simple. Start playing them now. Passing wise, yesterday I think we had like less than 100 yards passing between 3 quarterbacks. Less than 100-yard passing. And running the ball for Miami this season alone has been non-existent. The injuries on the O-line, we're not getting it done in the trenches. This team decides what games they want to show up. Last week against Virginia, Leonard Taylor was an MVP monster, a Donald type defensive tackle. This week, I don't even think I saw him. I don't think I remember hearing his name or seeing him play. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys want to blame Gaddis. I don't know if you guys want to blame Kevin Steele. I just don't know at this point. I just don't know. Like I said, plenty of things happened yesterday. Congratulations to the Seminoles. I know there's a lot of Seminoles on the channel, so congratulations to y'all. I talk a lot of trash about y'all. I mean, don't get it twisted. Y'all just beat us 45-3. Don't expect me not to talk trash about y'all. I'm still gonna talk trash about y'all. If y'all go and lose next week by 1 point, I'm still gonna talk trash about y'all. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And y'all can come and tell me, but T2 Wild, we beat y'all 45-3. I don't care. I don't care. But anyways, man, clearly there's a lot of you guys that came into the show last night. You guys wanted to talk about this. I told you last night it was an event. It was like an event show for Miami fans. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Y'all Seminole fans, y'all more than welcome to come on in, talk your trash, get it off your chest. This is what it is. Any other sports fan, any other college football fan, y'all can come on too, because obviously on Sundays we go over the entirety of college football, not just the Miami Hurricanes, the Seminoles, and the Gators, but the entirety of college football. Clearly, a lot of things happened yesterday. I mean, I didn't get to watch some of those games. Obviously, I was at the Florida State-Miami game. Great footage on the channel for you guys to check out. If you guys love the tailgating, you guys love the college football atmosphere and all that kind of stuff, there's some footage on the channel. Obviously, my after the game, post game, reaction or whatever is on the channel. No, I wasn't crying in the car. Felt like it though. Yeah, but it's funny, man. For those of you guys that's been keeping up, it's been about a month now that I've been telling you all that basically Miami's in a rebuild. Now, a lot of you Seminole fans, y'all heard me say this plenty of times, so it's no surprise that I'm saying it now. It's not like I woke up yesterday, got whooped, and say, okay, we rebuilding. I've been telling you this since we lost to MTSU. And then I've seen a constant downfall of this team. I see the injuries. I seen that, we're not clicking on offense or defense, all that stuff. So it is what it is. 863 Seminole TV with a $10 donation. He says, Florida football rankings. Florida State 1, UCF 2, UF 3, Dolphins 4, Jaguars 5, Miami Central's. Damn, he even threw a high school team in there. FAU 8, FIU 9, bottom. He put us bottom from 6th Street. Miami at number 10. Wow. That's a lot.
Is 6th Street supposed to be FAMU?
I don't even
know. I don't know Tallahassee.
I don't know. But anyway, man, appreciate the $10 donation. Let me go ahead and get you a little treatment. Appreciate the $10 donation. One more time for the one time. Alrighty. So, visualize. Let me go ahead and bring up some of the stats. I want to go over some of the stats. Obviously, we know the Miami side is kind of rough, but I kind of want you guys to see the dynamic of this game. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up. We got dominated. From the beginning to the end, we got dominated. We got whooped. This was a whooping. This was you ever did something so bad and your mama couldn't whoop you, but she said, wait till we get home, and you thought she was going to forget when she got home? Nah, as soon as you walked through the door, she grabbed you and whooped you. This was that kind of whooping. This was one of those kind of whoopings. Mama didn't forget to whoop you this time. She was waiting. The Seminoles been waiting for 2 years now.
I mean, hey, they deserve it after all they've been through.
But it's okay. It's okay. Hey, like I told the Alabama fans, I'm gonna tell the Miami fans.
Go ahead and cry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Shout out to
Speaking of
Peanut.
Miami Hurricane fans, Slim Shady Canes, what's going on with you?
Boy, I tell you, I don't get tired of saying "I told you so."
It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days, Slim.
Ain't one of them days for me.
Slim.
I called it.
One of those days.
I've been calling it.
No,
That's why I ain't been.
And I try to give Miami the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but that was bad.
Man,
Hi,
shout out to the Miami-Dade County Fire Department. Shout out to those guys, and appreciate the fire department stickers with the Canes on it. Go Canes! I'll put that on my truck after the video. But shout out to them.
I got an honest question for the Miami fans. How many 4th and 1s they got to fail to get before you realize it ain't the play calling? These guys can't get 1 yard against anybody. Anybody.
All right. Well, let's look at some stats here.
How many times it got to happen?
I mean, that's a good question for Miami fans.
Because about the only person you still see run a quarterback sneak is Tom Brady. That's it, and that's because he's about 4 days older than dirt. They've even tried that and can't get a yard. Is that Josh Gaddis's fault?
Now I want you guys to take a look at this number.
No, that's a player. That's a player discipline thing.
Passing yards between 3 quarterbacks yesterday against Florida State was 62 yards. Now, rushing the ball was a little bit better, 126. But you're not winning no ball game when you rushing for 126 when they're rushing for 100 yards more, which is 229. The kid Benson from them, Trey Benson, he had a hell of a game. Dude had a hell of a game. 15 carries for 128 yards to be exact, and 2 touchdowns. You know, if you got running backs putting up those kind of numbers, it's a recipe for a loss. Now, if you got quarterbacks that can't complete passes, we can't get establish the run or anything that's a recipe for a blowout. And I got to say, where the hell was Jake Garcia throwing that pass?
He got.
I've seen 3 Seminoles in that.
I think he saw a ghost.
I've seen 3 Seminoles in that area.
He saw the
3
ghost
Seminoles.
of Christmas future.
No, I can tell you what it is. He's got to get that same eye surgery that Jameis Winston got. Because you remember, Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions. He got that eye surgery, and he was all better.
And also, I'm going to need Tyler Van Dyke to stop picking favorites when it comes to these receivers. Because when you go back and actually look, there are receivers open. He could have hit. But he's too busy watching Restrepo. He's too busy locked in on one guy. He stares down his receiver. Whoever he's going to, he's staring down.
I got a question. Name me a quarterback that doesn't have a favorite receiver they like to pick to.
If he's not open, make your reads.
Name me a quarterback that doesn't have
a quarterback
receiver
if their receiver's not open, do they not make other reads? Is there not another?
Well, time and time again, if you go check out Roman Kane, he breaks down game film. Tyler Van Dyke does go through his reads. He's pointed it out time and time and time again. So I don't know what y'all are seeing, but I see it. He sees it.
I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you.
I'm just saying there are people beyond me that see him going through his reads.
I got it right here for you guys. Hold on. Let me pull that up. There it is. But he's wide open. As long as Tyler throw the ball, this game could have been a little bit different. Not saying we win or anything, but it could have been a lot different.
7 more points.
Oh, okay. You're pointing out one time he missed an open wide receiver, and you can
for a
point out
touchdown.
You can point out other times as well.
We didn't score a touchdown. This was a touchdown that he missed.
You can pick a play where every quarterback in football has missed an open wide receiver.
Let me go ahead and send that to myself. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys.
Guess what? I could pull up a highlight where Patrick Mahomes missed an open wide receiver. Didn't see him. What does that mean?
We don't got Patrick Mahomes.
No, we don't. But he misses them too. So
Right now, we
what
got
does that
Tyler
really mean?
Van Dyke, and we got Tyler Van Dyke staring down receivers when there's other wide receivers wide open because he's not making his reads.
Well, he is, but
And that's,
people just don't want to see
it's
it.
not to blame Tyler because Tyler is not the sole reason why we lost this game. He's I mean, it's a team. As a team,
Now I do
you got
got
to
to
hold the
give.
players and the coaches accountable.
I got to give somebody credit. We've been ragging on him, and Knighton started to look like the Knighton of old yesterday. He busted off some really good runs, and he looked better than he has all year. We ragged on him. I got to give him credit.
Now I want you guys to take a look at this here. See, look at Tyler. He's staring down receivers on that side. Now look at this guy right here, wide open for the touchdown. Wide open.
Okay, yeah, he is wide open.
Wide open. But hey, I'm
That's
just
fine.
talking.
That's tunnel vision right there.
That's fine. But I can pull up a play where every quarterback in football has stared down a receiver or missed a wide open receiver. So it really
this was
don't mean a whole
touchdown.
lot.
We
to
could
me.
have had a touchdown. So Seminole fans, don't get too happy with your little 3-point.
What up, y'all?
Man.
Oh, come on,
So-
guys. Come
Well,
on.
Yeah, 60,
Hey,
62 yards.
Hey,
Oh yeah. Oh my
I
my
found
bad. My
out
bad. We do have a Seminole fan on the channel right now. Todd Pope.
okay.
What's going on
Hey,
with you?
well, I just found out what the safest place had to be in Miami if there's ever a tornado. I found out. If you guys want to talk about jokes, I know where the safest place had to be at if
Let
there
me
was a
guess.
tornado in Miami, and that's Hard Rock Stadium. That's Hard Rock Stadium because you never see a touchdown there. Okay.
Well,
Oh.
863. I may not know what I'm
That's perfect.
talking about, but I heard a whole lot of Florida State fans talking about, oh, this is the biggest blowout ever in the history of the series. No, it's not.
Man,
It's the
come on.
it's the exact same spread as it was in 2020, just the other way.
No,
Yeah.
It was.
42
Yeah.
42 points is
They beat
42
us by
points.
42
Touchdown
points
off.
yesterday. We beat them by 42 points in 2020. It's the same margin.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both teams just 7
You know,
points
Coach
off.
Coop in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Coach
y'all
Q
want
was
to
there.
get
Now I got an honest question for some of these Miami fans, because I heard a whole lot of this out of them. Where's your Lord and Savior Garcia at, man? What's wrong with your boy?
The verdict is not out on Garcia yet.
188 yards. Damn.
What about Mario though? What about him?
Ugh.
Oh, that
Mario's fine.
verdict, you ain't getting that verdict for about 4 years, 5
No,
years. So
see, that's what
I
y'all
get it,
get
I
wrong
get it,
in
I
the
get
first
it.
place.
Now,
That's
I
all
see-
going on.
I see a lot of the fans crying about Mario this, Mario that. He might not be the guy. We should have went with somebody else. Listen, suck it up. Suck
Yeah.
it up. He's
Well,
gonna be
and-
here. He's got a 10-year contract. He's guaranteed 7. So suck it up.
Perfect example. In the post-game press conference video, you're seeing a whole lot of comments from Oregon fans talking about trying to laugh, talking shit. But you go back and look at Oregon videos from 10 months ago, boy, they were crying their eyes out. Please, Mario, don't go.
Oh, of course. They was the
People
main
forget-
ones telling us we was not getting Mario. They got Phil Knight's money.
People forget what they said 10 months ago.
At the end of the day, we got our ass whooped. Plain and simple.
Sure did.
Plain and simple. It's right there plastered in front of us. 45-3. Florida State got their lick back. It is what it is.
But in the end, and I said this last night on Mark Rogers' post-game show that we did. Here's why I'm not mad about it, because you look at different rivalries throughout the country. But Tennessee fans are so happy they beat Alabama for the first time in 17 years. Well, if you've won one out of the last 17 or 18, is that really a rivalry? Or Ohio State and Michigan. Michigan's won one out of the last 19. Is that really a rivalry?
No, what's the overall? That's the question.
Well,
Ohio State's leading by a lot. I mean, when you won 18
Are
of the
they?
last 19,
I thought
Yeah.
Michigan had the
I
advantage.
mean, but if you play each other every single year, regardless if you want it to be a rivalry or not, it's a rivalry because you got to see each other.
I get that, but at the same time, like I said, when you're going 17, 18 years and it's one-sided, it's just not as interesting. At least in my
rivalry
opinion.
like Michigan, Ohio State is different from Florida State and Miami. Like you can't compare the two.
Michigan,
I
Ohio
just hope
State's
everybody-
59, 51, and 6.
And I just hope everybody is starting to buy in that it's a rebuild and quit with all this talent. We got talent crap. Let's just call it what it is. At the end of the season, half of your favorite Canes will not be here no more.
Nope. Massive turnover.
You're right about that. And I said that 2 weeks ago. I said, me and OG were talking about that. I said, you're going to see, including the recruiting class, you might see 40 players turn over on this roster.
Yep. They know what they gave him a chance. Mario gave him a chance. I still remember one of the press conferences. He was like, we're not gonna say these are those coaches guys and that coaches guys. We inherit this program, so they're our guys. But let's just be real. They bought into Manny Diaz's culture, that South culture, the baby culture. The games where you win and you do slip and slides, you dance on the sideline, and you're down 30, you get a turnover chain. So it is what it is. Players show up to games drunk and still play and lose to teams like FIU. Stuff like that happens. We got to right now. This man is coming in here and trying to basically install a tough coaching, kind of like I'm your second daddy kind of thing. And most of these players probably didn't have a daddy in their life. So it's new to them. They got to get used to them. It's a culture change. It's a culture shock for a lot of them. The door is going to hit a lot of them on the way out. Just getting you guys a heads up. So when you start seeing the portal get filled up with Miami Hurricane players, you're going to be like, oh, my God. No, don't be like, oh, my God. We told you so. You got months to prepare for it.
Hey man, I told folks 10 months ago, they told me I was crazy.
Now, shout out to Mike Norvell. This might be his signature win of his career. They might actually keep him around now. ASU was like, doggone it, we're not going to get our guy.
Well, that's another point. You want to pull up old comments. I'm sure there's a lot of them on this channel, T2Y, where they were talking about firing Mike Norvell.
Come on, who sound like they dragging a body out the trunk or something?
I remember very well when they were calling for Mike Norvell to be fired.
Mm-hmm. We were on here talking about how players weren't buying into what Mike Norvell was selling year one.
Yep.
Because a lot of them weren't.
Yeah, I mean, year one.
They thought he was just
this is basically almost the same as their year one because we watched Florida State get blown out by Louisville, blown out by us, blown out by some other team. They lost to Georgia Tech that year. They were 3-6, so basically forfeit to Clemson. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Everybody trusts back. Their trust is back in Norvell right now. Congratulations.
Miami is in the exact same position Florida State was in last year.
My biggest disappointment is not that we lost, because I knew it was a possibility that we was going to lose this game. The odds wasn't in our favor. Injuries, everything. And I'm not going to make no excuses. I thought Florida State was going to win that game. But I thought being a rivalry, these guys would actually show up and made it competitive. It was not competitive from the beginning to the end.
Nope.
None whatsoever.
Hey, T2Y, it's the coach's fault for not getting the players inspired for this game. They need somebody to hold their hand and get them fired up to play Florida State.
Hey, can I be honest, man?
I was just about to say, Slim, if they need the coaches to fire them up for this game, obviously they need to go ahead and pack their bags, clear out the locker room.
Well, I mean, that's 82 spots to fill. If you think you can recruit them all, then go ahead.
Listen, Clear out the locker room. I'd rather lose while we're rebuilding with guys that's bought in, that's fully intact, than with guys that's in here just lollygagging. If we're gonna lose games, might as well lose with the guys that's gonna fight for it.
But he's not doing that. He's putting in who he wants to put in.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that last night. You know, we keep
Right
saying
now,
he should
what I wanna
start this
see-
guy, that guy, but he won't start him.
What I want to see now is, hey guys, we went at it 9 games in. You older guys, obviously you about to graduate. I'm gonna start going with the younger guys now. You know, best of luck to you guys if you want to go out and find you a trainer, get ready for the draft or whatever, do whatever y'all want to do. But from now on, the development, the experience need to go to the younger guys.
Well, that's not how coaches look
No,
at it.
those
That's how
guys
we
aren't
look
getting
at
drafted.
it as fans. That's how we look at it as fans.
Well,
But
I
he's
need
going to
him.
look
I
at
need
it
him.
as that. As much as we want, them freshmen aren't going to play as well as somebody with experience, and he's still looking to win as many games as he can this year. Point blank, period. That's just how they're looking at it.
Hold on. They said these guys talking on the channel don't even watch football. What do we watch? Soccer?
No, he's right.
Basketball?
I
Baseball?
I wouldn't
No,
know
you're
football
right. No,
bat if you
he's
put
right.
one in my hand.
You watch a little cricket, don't you, Slim?
Yeah, you
Oh,
use a
there's
football
Peanut.
bat, right?
Yeah, we
like-
watch a little bit of lacrosse too, don't it?
I like
throw
curling.
Peanuts in the
Tennis?
chat.
You throw the baseball through the net, through the hoop, right?
Yeah. We watch volleyball
Something
too,
like that.
don't it?
Oh yeah, I love volleyball.
I ain't gonna
Curling.
lie,
I love
do watch,
volleyball, especially
That's one of the few sports we're good at right now.
I love volleyball, especially the celebration of the Wisconsin volleyball team
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
especially when you win of the national championship.
I'm a big fan of women's beach volleyball. I follow that avidly. Absolutely.
He said
Slide.
we clearly don't understand what's going on. Well,
You're
there's a you know what? The link in the chat. You can come on in and explain
Please
to
enlighten
us.
us.
Look, Gainesville, no, we are men of culture. All right.
First
If
off,
we
this
want to
guy-
talk about women's long jump, we're going to talk about women's long jump.
Well, I mean,
Like-
they're cultured in Gainesville too. I mean, he's probably the most sophisticated. He's got the most sophisticated meth lab in all of Gainesville.
It's either that or he's the best.
He's
milker.
deep in enemy
You know,
territory.
he probably gets all the cows to give the maximum amount of milk.
See, I did this exact same thing last night. There was a comments section full of people disagreeing with us on Mark Rogers' postgame show. We put the link in the chat. Nobody wanted to come on there and tell us how wrong we were. They just wanted with the type in the comments section.
You said we're making no sense. Mario has a resume of being 500. Okay, so he went to Oregon. I guess we're gonna throw out that. I mean, he picked up an FIU team that was terrible, but nonetheless, he put them on the map a little bit. Went to Alabama, won a championship with the great Nick Saban, but Mario is just a 500 coach. Got you, boss. But I should expect that from you. You got Noel and Gainesville in your name at the same time.
Confused young man.
That's an oxymoron.
Well, I heard that same argument last night from Miami fans said they wanted Lane Kiffin. Well, go look at Lane Kiffin's entire record. He's below 500 as a head coach.
Some of these fans only talk when it sounds good.
Hey, I just wanted to say, when Tyler Van Dyke got hurt, I already knew that was over. The game was over. I mean, I seen Ja'Cory Brown trying, but the defense really pissed me off. Because it's like they gave up. It's like you can see it in them boys when you seen them out there. Like they gave up when they was like 21-3. They had gave
I think
up.
they just
Like them boys.
they got discouraged early because they shot themselves in the foot. They stopped them twice and then gave up a PI on third down
Mm-hmm.
and had them stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got discouraged.
I'm not
from
gonna lie, it
shooting
was
themselves
hard
in
to
the
watch
foot.
that game all the way to the 0.
Yeah, that penalty killed us in that first drive because we had them with a 3 and out.
Well,
Yep. And then in the second drive, that PI overturned an interception.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we drive down the field and settle for field goals. We've been doing that all season.
Or when that time we was,
got
or
you
that,
again, Slim.
I just want to say,
Lane
man, that really,
is 639 overall.
Now, something else was pointed out to me earlier today that I found interesting. So I went back and watched it was a highlight, but it was about 30 minutes long of the Alabama LSU game. You know who runs a very similar offense to what we're running?
LSU.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that same exact offense that Gaddis ran, LSU ran.
Yeah.
And I saw the success that they had. So I don't know
but it don't work here.
It don't.
Exactly. See, Slim, we on the same.
Hey, kind of like that Dan Enos offense is putting up 35 points a game at Maryland. It ain't no good either.
That's why I'm telling y'all, man. Sometimes we got to take these coaches' hat off. Sometimes it's the players. Some of them just don't learn systems like others do. Look at it at LSU.
Well, I think
it's
sometimes it's just sometimes it works out year one, sometimes it doesn't. Look at LSU. They were bad at the beginning of the year, and they have gotten better as the year has gone on.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not going to take away from all the receivers that we got because some of the receivers do be trying, man. It's just when you ain't got a team that's doing what they got to do, when you got a team that's doing what they got to do, then it's like, what can they do? You get what I'm saying? But I won't take away from everybody from the team, but I just feel like the other ones need to just go and start some other ones. And
you're right. I mean, if you got one offensive lineman that's not blocking, that can blow up a play. If you got one wide receiver that's refusing to throw blocks, that can mess up a run play where he's supposed to be holding up somebody. If you've got a tight end that either can't block or won't block, all of a sudden your quarterback's getting sacked. He ain't got time
Hold
for
on,
the
Slim.
receivers
Hold on.
to get down.
Hold up real quick, Slim. We gotta look at this. We got 125 people watching. We got 35 likes.
Pitiful.
I know.
125 people watching. We only got 35 likes. Come on, guys. Hit the like button.
I hit the like button before I even started listening.
Yeah, that's all. I already hit the like button.
Three people hit it. Hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. But that don't what I'm hearing. See, there you go. Everybody hitting it now. Hit the like button. Okay,
and
so
see, it's also,
I came here for the chat.
And I'll give the players this much credit. The deck is also stacked against them. And we'll just use defense as an example. You've had 3 defensive coordinators in the last 3 years. You have 3 different systems, 3 different ways of teaching, 3 different ways of learning, 3 different sets of terminology. You talk about putting the players in a position to succeed. That's not a position to succeed.
See, there we go. The likes are getting up there. Yeah, we're at 56 now. Let's get to 100. It's 124 y'all in here. Hit the like button. Okay, so reason I came to the channel is basically I got a question in there. Who's to blame for this loss? Mario, Gaddis, the players? Hell, if you want to blame me, blame me.
Now, it is your fault, T2.
It is your fault.
I wanna say y'all are some
This poll is wrong. It's 100%
y'all are some asses. Y'all are some asses. Y'all blame me more than you blame Gaddis. How do you blame me for this loss more than you blame Gaddis?
You gave them false hope.
You gave them the option to.
We're going to beat Florida State's ass.
If you put the option out there, what do you like more? Vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, or T2Y? They're going to say T2Y all day long. I mean,
now, obviously, I got a poll. I got a question. I also got a question in here. The question, plain and simple. Which position group yesterday for the Miami Hurricane did the worst? What was the worst position group yesterday for you guys?
Secondary.
Please put that in the chat for me. We're up to 58 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We got 120 people in here. Man. Let's get to 100 likes.
All of the above.
Yeah, I got to go. I can't think of one. Everybody played horrible yesterday.
I agree with that, but overall, that offensive line is so bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
It really is.
But, it's the defense that gave up 45 points, and I'm not trying to say it's their fault, but they can't stop nothing. So, I got to go with the
defense allowed
secondary.
45
Hey, I
points,
can't-
but the offense didn't even score a touchdown.
I get that. No, you're right, and I'm not knocking it, but still they gave up 45 points. I'm just looking for something to blame. I don't know. I mean, if you,
Well,
I mean,
you
the
ain't
only
looking
person
for
that
you
did
actually telling
good
the
was
truth.
the kicker.
We got
The
a few
kicker
in the
did good.
chat here. We got secondaries, got corners. Some people said the D line, O line.
even Headley off the punt.
Somebody
Yeah, he
being
did.
funny and said valet parking was a bad
I mean,
position.
the only guy that did a good job on Saturday.
D line, secondary.
Well, I mean, it's one of
The
those.
D
with-
tackles you guys claim were good. Okay, so
Well,
the
perfect
D line.
example. This is how I look at it. When your offense isn't producing and constantly putting your defense back out on the field, because we had this
Quarterback.
problem a few years ago when Manny was still the defensive coordinator, when our defense was spending 45 minutes a game on the field.
So quarterback, D line mostly. The D line. So the D line was the main issue.
The D line is the most highly rated position group on the team, but they're the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
when they run the ball for 229 yards, I mean, hey,
Well, okay, if one bad game doesn't mean you're a bad position group.
Hey,
Well, I
can't
think the
take away
question
from
was
their
those
offensive
who
line.
looked the worst yesterday, not overall.
yeah.
Well,
And I still
Yeah, the
say
D-line.
secondary because I thought the secondary got torched.
and you know something else that creeped up yesterday that we haven't seen for the majority of the season, thankfully, but it kind of creeped back up. Was bad tackling.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the funny part is that the one dude that actually started making good tackles yesterday in the second half was James Williams. He looked like ass in the first half, but in the second half, he actually started wrapping people up. And I'm like, what? It took 9 games for you to learn how to wrap somebody up? Are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
He
so
was actually tackling
obviously,
Yeah.
obviously
been
on
pretty
Tuesday.
good.
On Tuesday, they're gonna have the official rankings come out or whatever. But as of right now, the AP is out. Guess who
Georgia's
finally-
run away with it.
Guess who made their way into the top 25? Florida State.
No, they
They're
didn't
right
make
at
it,
the
did
bottom of
they?
the
Yeah.
AP
Oh,
poll.
wow.
At the AP poll, they're number 25 now.
Oh, they made one of the polls that I saw, it had them getting votes, but they weren't actually ranked.
Now,
That's
Florida
surprising.
State fan, obviously, there's a lot of Florida State fan in here. This AP poll doesn't mean shit. The college football poll comes out on Tuesday. If you guys are in there, good job. But
No, they're not going to.
But I want to ask you Florida State fans something, since there's a lot of y'all in here right now. Are you guys going to be at 25 for 1 week like last time?
You know who else is in the top 25?
UCF. Now, funny that UCF is ranked number 22, because earlier on I heard that Florida State was the best team in Florida from Pope. Obviously, the rest of the college football world don't agree with you. Apparently, UCF being 7-2 is better than the Florida State Seminoles being 6-3. That's tough.
Oh, UCF is a Power 5 team now.
So according to the AP poll, Georgia's back at number 1, Ohio State is number 2, Michigan 3, TCU number 4, and Tennessee drops down to number 5, Oregon is 6, LSU after beating Alabama. Well, we're gonna talk about that one too. LSU beats Alabama, they're number 7, USC is number 8, UCLA number 9, Alabama number 10. Alabama should be way lower than that. Ole Miss right behind Alabama, 8-1 at number 11. I think they should flip places. I think they should also flip Alabama with
Ole Miss
Clemson.
will beat Alabama.
So here's somebody to look at. North Carolina. Now, obviously, Clemson took a L to Notre Dame. We're going to talk about that one too. But they more than likely they will play North Carolina in the ACC championship. As of right now, North Carolina is 5-0 in ACC play with 3 more games to go. They're going to be there. They're going to be in there. So they'll play more than likely Clemson. Clemson hasn't lost to any ACC matchups yet. So, and I don't think they would do so. all the
Probably
big hitters on their schedule are already gone. Florida State, NC State, Wake Forest, they already beat all of them. Syracuse, so more than likely ACC championship will be the North Carolina teams in Clemson and North Carolina. But yeah, that's your AP poll. Nobody really cares about it though. Just putting it out there.
Well,
So
Georgia was number one in the AP anyway. They just weren't number one in the playoff rankings.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you the playoffs. They put Tennessee ranked at number one, but then they also gave Georgia a 9-point favorite in the game, which makes no sense to me. But
It's because Georgia was ranked number one in another poll.
none of those polls matter. The college football poll is the only one that matters.
You know, Tennessee's now going to be the second team that debut in the first playoff poll. They were number one, and they're not going to make the playoffs.
Okay, so obviously a lot happened yesterday.
They can still make it.
Friday matchup: Washington upset Oregon State. Nobody cares, to be honest. Let's just
Washington will be ranked in
Nobody
the
cares about
playoff
Pac-12
poll.
football. So Tennessee took on number 3 Georgia. Tennessee was number 1 in the country for the first time, and they got whooped. 27-13. Georgia pretty much dominated this game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, and I mean, if you see Kirby,
Yeah.
man, Kirby out here sticking his tongue out. He knows his team is good. He knows what they out here doing.
You know what's bad? It could have been worse. If
They're
Georgia
going
had
to
a
win the
competent
national championship.
if Georgia had a competent quarterback in there, they'd have won by 50.
Man,
They do have a competent quarterback.
who's
Stetson
gonna beat
Bennett is
Georgia?
good.
Who's going to beat Georgia this year?
Nobody.
Even Georgia fans know Stetson Bennett's just a game manager.
Is Georgia repeating this year? Are they going to win another championship this year?
Yes.
100%.
I don't know.
100%. No one's beating them.
I would feel
All
better
right.
about it, and this is just me. I'd feel better about it if it was my team, if they took a loss during the season. It's hard to run the table, especially twice.
All right, so Ohio State here, they beat Northwestern. Struggle win, 21-7. Northwestern is 1-8 in the country. There's no excuse to why, Ohio State, the team that they're supposed to be, didn't beat them worse than that. But
Well, didn't you
struggle
hear
game.
that? Didn't you hear they were fighting the weather? It was windy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It
what
was-
the
it was
Ohio
like
State
that.
man
Oh,
says,
so they couldn't throw the ball like they usually do.
which
'cause
shows
it was windy.
they might be a little one-dimensional.
Okay.
Yeah, air raid.
If you say so, I'll agree with you because I know they
Hey,
like
I'm
to air
just-
it out.
I'm just telling you what the Ohio State man says. It was windy. That's why they had trouble.
Now talk about getting a shoe put in places that you don't want it. Clemson gets greased. I mean, they got greased
Mm-hmm.
by Notre Dame.
That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
14-0 halftime. Then in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame threw up 21 points on them. Clemson got all 14 of their points in the fourth quarter.
Point.
From what I'm hearing, these was garbage time points.
Notre Dame.
DJ Uko did they bench him? Did they bench him yesterday, or did they let him play out? Because obviously Dabo's been making excuses for this guy. I'm sticking with DJ, even though he knows he's terrible.
Well, I ain't gonna say he's terrible. He's a lot better than he was last year. I'll give him that much credit.
He already got benched once this season. I didn't watch the game yesterday. I don't know, but he did already get benched once this season, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Where is Jordan Bowman? Where you
Where is
hiding at?
Jordan Bowman?
Where are
Hey,
you
guys.
hiding at? We need some explanation on this DJ kid.
I was watching the stream. I wasn't watching the game, but I was watching the stream when he got benched on Pigskin Pete's channel.
Look
And,
at just bring up the stats and you'll see if what's his name, Klubnik got any throws.
Man, that's tough.
yeah, their
Go
game,
into the box score.
Klubnik's looks just as bad in some games, though.
Well, but I'm just saying, just bring up the box
He
score and that'll let you know if
doesn't have that many
Klubnik
reps
played.
in.
Oh, I
Klubnik-
can guarantee you he did.
0 for 1. He only threw the ball one time.
All right, so then he didn't come in, so then DJ didn't get
His
benched.
throw was an interception.
Right, so that means DJ didn't get benched.
That's tough.
He's like,
Clemson got one.
And then Dabo was just like, you know what? Nope, not doing it.
All right, so Michigan handled business, 52-17 against Rutgers. You know, everybody expected that, and they did what they did. All right, so
Michigan's another team playing with fire because Michigan is letting teams hang around with them for way too long, and then they're kind of blowing it open in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so CJ said DJ got benched, back up through an interception, and brought DJ right back in.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
All right, so Alabama versus LSU. Peanut, where you at, Peanut?
Peanut.
Hey, Brock, where you at, Brock? Normally you in here loud as hell. This team sorry, this team trash. Where you at, Brock?
And Auburn lost again.
It could be one of those things. I was on a stream where Brock was loud, Brock was running his mouth, and then his mom came in there and yelled at him, and he had to go. So his mom may be around.
Dang, so the basement is not soundproof?
Apparently not.
All right, so Alabama, man, what happened in this game? What happened?
Well, it was a close game. They lost.
Now, overtime. This game went into overtime, and from what I'm heard, Brian Kelly grew some nuts and said, you know what? I'm not going into full overtime to score 2 points. You know, no shots fired at anybody at Virginia, but decided he gonna go for 2 points and go for the win and got it. Basically, just looked Nick Saban in the face and said, "Gotcha, bitch."
Man, he did that even at the end of regulation because he had a chance to put the game away. They got the ball back with like 26 or 24 seconds left, and LSU just took a knee. Said, "We'll take this in overtime."
They would have easily won.
See, I told you, if you say Peanut name 3 times, he appears like Sandman.
Hey, I got a question.
I saw like the last 10 minutes of this game, and when I saw LSU walk into the end zone when it was their turn to get the ball, I was like, "Yeah, this game is over." Like that one play that sealed the game for. I mean that was it. I knew LSU was going to win when they did that.
Man, that's tough.
He walked into the end zone.
Hey, is Matthew Walker a Gator fan or a Noel fan?
Matthew Walker is
Gator.
Gator. He a Gator.
He just bounced out Gainesville Noel.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Gainesville sent a message out. You guys are stupid. Kick me out. Blah blah blah. And Matthew said, "All right, bye."
Ask and you shall receive.
Matthew, stop abusing your authority.
No, he actually didn't. Gainesville asked to be kicked out. He said, "Go ahead, kick me out."
Said, yeah, it's literally above the Peanut comment.
But don't kick him out. Don't actually kick him out.
Well, you timed him out for 300 seconds.
Yeah, he's just getting 5 minutes in the corner. That's all.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that a Gator kicked out of Noel.
It's like, kick me
I
out.
gave
This
Matthew
is
a wrench
terrible.
for 5 minutes, and he's
Fans.
already. I gave Matthew a wrench for 5 minutes, and he's already abusing his authority.
swinging it like there's no tomorrow.
if people
It's
talk
funny.
trash, man, let them talk they trash. It's a trash.
I just looked up and saw it, and I just started laughing, man. I thought that was funny.
Just don't block him, because then I'm going to have to go and unblock him.
Matthew was just like, your wish is granted.
Yeah.
I mean, this ain't my channel. I ain't got a wrench, but if a man's asking to be kicked out, I mean, ask and you shall
Wait,
receive.
Slim, you ain't got a wrench?
Yeah, it's
No, I
like the
ain't
dude
never
with
had a wrench
twisted.
on
It's like the dude with
Man,
the twisted T-bar.
comment in the
videos,
comment
like,
section
smack me
for me.
with it. Bam.
Put
I
a
don't even
comment
know
in
if
the
I
comment section.
Let me see if I can. Hang on.
I thought you had a wrench already.
I mean, it
let
ain't
me
something
see.
I've ever really worried about, to be honest with you.
Matthew, we're just playing with you, man. I was going to do it too, but I know T2Y doesn't want us bouncing anybody, so I didn't. But I did. As soon as I saw what he said, I was going to do it too. I was.
Yeah, I probably would have done it too.
If bouncing people was one of my things, Jakarius would have been got bounced. Okay, there you go. Hold on, let me give you a wrench.
Just make Peanut your bouncer.
Nah, don't get peanut.
This room will be empty.
Yeah, next thing you know, I'm like, dang, nobody's commenting. What's going on?
I only got one listener.
I let you in until you say roll tide.
Gotta cash out me some peanuts before I let you in.
Hey, you know what? Ham 850 makes a really good point. We need to be happy for Florida State, really and truly.
Why?
Those fools ain't made a bowl game in 5 years.
I'm not happy.
Congratulations, Florida State. I mean, we as bad as
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
claim
still proud
us to
of you,
be,
Florida State.
This right
we
here
ain't
is
never.
Google. Best part.
Guys, we still haven't gotten to 100 likes yet, man. We got way more than 100 in here. Hit the like button. We at
As
69 right now.
As bad as they
That's
claim
a
the
nasty
I
Miami
say
to
keep it
be,
at 69.
we ain't never hit them levels of poverty.
Oh, we're close right now.
I just want to say I'm so proud of Florida State.
That's right. Today,
I ain't
this
proud
was
of
their
Florida State. Forget Florida.
this was their 6th win yesterday. I didn't even realize that.
I feel
That's
like
true.
that stepdad that's proud of their stepchild.
No.
Yeah, we need like
Forget-
30 more likes
forget
to get
Florida
to
State.
100. So y'all hit the like button. We almost there.
I know somebody put in there a minute ago that Florida State's looking at Manny Diaz to be their
Why is this
DC.
thing not showing much?
Oh.
Why is it not showing the chat?
Yeah, y'all need to work on being
Show
able to
chat.
afford to have your band come to games before you worry about trying to hire a more expensive DC.
Wait, he said Miami is poverty. Poverty is Florida State, sir. Y'all up there
Whoa.
serving. Y'all up this. No, never mind. That's the Gator. I thought y'all was the one putting the mayo in your macaroni and cheese.
Well,
That's crazy.
All
why
right,
he
whenever this chat decided want to show up.
Why did OG put pancakes and bacon up there? Because now you're making me hungry.
Let me refresh this. I don't know why it's not showing the chat. Don't tell me Matthew don't put everybody in timeout.
No.
Yeah, YouTube is tripping today. All right, back to whenever this decided wants to work again.
Gabriel Garcia, Hard Rock does not belong to Seminole Tribe. They just have the naming for Hard Rock
I'll just
on
do
there.
it on my phone. There we go. Since YouTube want to act crazy. But TCU.
That's about the 4th name in the past 8 or 9 years, isn't it?
Yeah, but he for some reason I think he thinks that the stadium is owned by the Seminole Tribe, but isn't.
No, they
It's just the naming rights. Stephen Ross owns the team, owns this stadium.
They just paid to have their name put on it. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, boom, got you. Slim, you got your wrench.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yep.
Man, it sounds like you scratching CDs.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
What up?
Yeah, you got a lot of background noise. Sound like you scratching CDs. Like you about to say refresh.
No.
Anyway, yeah, you gotta have to come back in. You got a scratching sound. All right, so TCU handled business yesterday, improving to 9-0. Beat Texas Tech 34-24. Continue to be the undefeated team in the Big 12. Could possibly win it if they continue.
The biggest challenge they got left ahead of them is Texas. They can get through Texas, they got it wrapped.
Now, Oregon, with their first-year head coach, Dan Lennon, 8 straight wins after being blown out by Georgia. They improved to 8-1. Also, with an impressive win over Colorado, 49-10.
Is scratching one away?
Say something.
What up? Mic check.
Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah, you did.
So USC handled business also. They beat Cal, of course, 41-35. Nothing to see there. UCLA won just like we thought, 50-36. Texas holds off Kansas State, beat them 34-27. Kansas State was the higher ranked team. I think Texas was the underdog by like 2 or something like that. But Texas pulled it off. Utah, of course, beats Arizona 45-20. Penn State handled business against Indiana 45-14. Over the the line on that one was 14.5. Clearly, Penn State handled that. Illinois, got upset by Michigan State, 23-15. North Carolina survives against Virginia, 31-28.
Man, it doesn't feel like North Carolina only has 1 loss. I thought they had more than that.
No, I mean, they're barely, for as good as their offense is, they're barely winning a bunch of games. I mean, past few games, they've only won by like 2-3 points each.
That's why it feels like that their record isn't what it is, but obviously it is. I mean,
yeah.
So Kansas strikes again, knocking off number 18, Oklahoma State, 37-16. Eesh. Tulane 27, Tulsa's 13. Tulane number 19 ranked. We'll see where they end up in the poll.
They're not going nowhere.
Syracuse got beat by Pitt 19-9. So Syracuse, after losing to Clemson, has drum roll back to reality.
Yeah, they came back to earth quick.
Yeah, they did.
Wake Forest gets beat by NC State. NC State's wide receiver at quarterback picked up a win. That's tough.
Yeah.
And UCF, of course, beats Memphis 35-28. So those were your top 25 matchups. Now let's go into some of these conferences.
Keith Clark, we've absolutely proved that the Coastal is the most dominant division in the most dominant conference in football. Hayden Hooker was mid as fuck when he was here. He goes to Tennessee with that weak conference and weak schedule, and now he looks like a Heisman contender.
What? What the? That's a good one right there.
All right, well, sticking to the ACC.
I mean, it's a fact.
Thursday night, Duke handled business against Boston College, 38-31. Florida State, of course, beat Miami 45-3. In the other matchup, Georgia Tech beats Virginia Tech 28-27. Matchup.
Virginia Tech is terrible.
And Louisville handled business against James Madison 34-10.
Yeah.
So that's your ACC matchups that wasn't ranked. So let's go into the Big 12, run through the Power 5, and then we'll go into next week. We'll go into next week and try to predict some of these games, some of these matchups. Teams that's not Baylor. Baylor beats Oklahoma. Oklahoma, I think, has lost now 4 straight games in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
That's if I'm not mistaken. Baylor wins 38-35, and West Virginia gets beat 31-14. West Virginia is actually 3-6 at the moment.
Good.
West Virginia?
Y'all check on Gold and Blue dude, man. He might not be doing too good.
Man, he's on stream ripping up. That man's on stream destroying West Virginia gear. He's painting himself up like a clown.
Yeah.
Bro got some issues.
I think he's doing it. I think he's just trying to entertain the fans.
Yeah, he's just doing like what Coach Coop does.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Go ahead.
Just like when you think you got it, we think we got it bad. There's somebody else that got it a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I ain't
gonna lie to you guys. I might actually do a miming video this week, just singing that Usher. You got it bad.
That's what I've had to keep. That's what I've had to keep reminding all these Florida and Florida State fans. We don't go 5 years and not make a bowl. We don't lose to FCS teams. We don't go 4-8. We just been mid.
Now, speaking of bowls, if Miami want to make a bowl game, they got to win 2 of the next 3 games.
Yeah, they do.
Go ahead and count Clemson as a loss.
God help us.
Got to beat Georgia Tech and Pitt.
Man, did you see that game yesterday? I ain't
That's a
counting
no for me,
Clemson as a
Chief.
loss.
Man, you seen our game yesterday? I ain't counting Clemson as a win.
I didn't say I was counted as a win. I just said I would count it as a loss.
All right. Well, Minnesota
Man, I
handled
just got
business
roasted in
against
my own
Nebraska.
daggone job, boy.
Minnesota beats Nebraska 20-13. Iowa handled business against Purdue, like Uncle Lou like to say. 24-3. Wow. Purdue was supposed to be a 4-point favorite in this one. Didn't work out that way. Wisconsin
Iowa wasn't
beats
ranked. Purdue doesn't show
Maryland
against unranked
23.
teams.
Yeah, Maryland beats Wisconsin 20. Wisconsin beat Maryland 23-10. So that rounds up the rest of the teams in the Big Ten, and then let's go to the Pac-12 teams that wasn't ranked. Only one matchup that wasn't ranked. You have Washington State beat the bejesus out of Stanford 52-14. East.
Yeah, they need to send the footage to Notre Dame. That's how you beat Stanford.
Wow. All right, let's go into the SEC. Arguably, if you ask Slim, probably the 4th best conference in the country.
No, I'll give them credit. They're probably the 3rd best Power 5 conference.
All right, so Kentucky handles business against Missouri barely. Beat them 21-17. The Florida Gators dominated Jimbo Fisher. Might have probably got him fired, at the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll
They only
see.
made that payout.
Yeah,
They ain't buying
Yeah, that
him.
payout is about almost, what's that, about 80 million?
86.
86.
well.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
imagine getting
I
paid
knew
that
it was
much
up there.
money to suck at your job.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially as long
go
as
ask
you finish.
Willie. Go ask Willie Taggart. He'll tell you all about it.
He ain't the only one. Have you heard Ed
Go ask Ed
Orgeron?
Orgeron.
Ed Orgeron.
Hey, that man
Brian
straight up got on stage with a microphone and said, "Oh, y'all are firing me? Okay, which door and how fast do you want me to go out of it?"
Yeah, he did. But one thing
All
I can say
so
about Ed
Baby
Orgeron,
Lizard's
he
got to
did get
win.
that win.
The Baby Lizards actually picked up a win. Improved to 5-4 on the season,
Yep.
and actually 2-4 now in the SEC. Congratulations.
I give them credit. That was actually a good game. I watched the majority of that. They didn't pull away till towards the end.
Yeah,
And they are
it's like,
15
if you
actually
look at the
threw a
scores, you can see that Texas A&M scored all their points in the first half and then scored nothing else after. They was actually up 24-20 at the half,
Yeah.
and
That's what I
Florida
mean. It was
just
a good
pulled
game.
away from them.
Man, Arkansas fell off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
lost
they
to a
did.
team that was
Wow, so
in the best
Arkansas
conference
actually
in
lost
college
to Liberty?
football, Conference USA.
I told you, man,
Arkansas.
Liberty is good.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, everybody thought Arkansas was going to make some waves because they had a decent game against Alabama, and then it just went to pieces.
Now remember, Arkansas last season they was 3-9, and everybody claimed that they was the best 3-9 team other than Nebraska.
Yeah.
No. They went. They did better than that last year.
Yeah,
I mean,
did much better.
I got to give them credit because I had them picked too. Sam Pittman has got Arkansas playing very disciplined ball, but injuries have really kind of derailed their season.
Yeah.
All right, so Auburn, of course, takes another L. Mississippi State beat them 39-33.
It's such a
Dude,
good
do
game.
you realize?
At the same
Do you
time.
realize? I looked at that game. I saw that. I was watching the Miami Florida State game on the ticker. Mississippi State was up 36-3, and they let Auburn come back and almost beat them.
Damn. They was up 36.
Also,
Well,
and to round out the SEC, you got South Carolina beat Vanderbilt 38-27. Vanderbilt is 0-5 in conference. Yeah, that's tough. Vanderbilt being Vanderbilt.
yeah, it is.
All right, so let's go into next week. Next week matchups. Let's start in the top 25 matchups. Of course, the top 25 will change on Wednesday. So right now, basically, it'll probably go off the AP. All right. Okay, so go back. ESPN tighten up. Okay, so Friday night game, Friday night top 25 matchup. You got number 9 USC versus Colorado. So USC will take on Colorado on Friday night. Like I said, the college football playoff poll hasn't came out yet. So as of right now, Tennessee is still listed as number 1. So this will all change on Tuesday. But as of right now, Tennessee will take on Missouri. Tennessee's a 21-point favorite. I think Tennessee will win that game.
Yeah, I think Tennessee got that one.
It wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee's so heartbroken that they drop another one.
That'd be a shock if they do.
It really wouldn't surprise me. You see it happen all the time. They lose.
No.
You know, you get up for a big game, and then you lose it, and then you fuck around and you let a worse team the next week. You know, you're letting that team beat you twice.
Yeah,
I don't see Tennessee losing.
I don't see them losing. If Tennessee does lose this game, I would not mind. You know why? They don't get to say they back before us.
Because it'd be funny as hell, and it'd be a damn Tennessee thing to do. Man, listen, Tennessee, and I've tried explaining this to Tennessee fans. They are no different right now than Miami in 2017. They love they loved old Butch Jones in year 2 as well. So I'm not. Tennessee's a great half a team, but that's about all they really are.
All right, so next up we got Ohio State. They'll take on Indiana. Ohio State is actually a 40.5-point favorite in this one. Tough. LSU versus Arkansas. LSU is a 3-point favorite. Arkansas is at home. They'll face each other.
Yeah, I got LSU on that one against Arkansas.
Yeah, LSU is rolling right now.
LSU.
Now, if LSU were to win this game, I think they'll probably set themselves up for the SEC championship as long as Ole Miss doesn't rear their ugly head. Purdue versus Illinois. Illinois is a 6.5-point favorite. Purdue just came off a 24-3 loss. Illinois just got upset, so we'll see how that turned out. Clemson versus Louisville. Clemson at home versus Louisville. Clemson is a 7-point favorite. Clemson coming off of that embarrassing loss to Notre Dame.
Clemson's gonna win.
I think Clemson gonna pull that one out against Louisville.
They're gonna bully Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville's not very good.
Yeah, they're gonna really do it.
All right. Michigan is a 28-point favorite against Nebraska.
Skip. That game will be over about halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, Nebraska's terrible.
Michigan running through.
Nebraska could realistically go 3-9 again.
You know what? Ole Miss and Alabama. That should be a good game.
I got Ole Miss beating Alabama.
Yep, I got Ole Miss.
Wow.
Yep,
I'm gonna be honest.
2 in a row.
I don't like it. Ole Miss is too one-dimensional.
Yeah, I think Bama gonna get that one.
It's in Oxford. I know that Alabama's gonna be pissed, and that's kind of a trend. But Ole Miss, they're gonna expose that Alabama pass defense.
That's the point. They can't. That's the point. Ole Miss can't throw the ball. They're too one-dimensional. All they can do is run it.
There's.
Look, it's kind of hard to run that ball on Bama like that. No way to
exactly.
You got to throw
it. LSU did a pretty good job at it. I still think Ole Miss gets the upset.
I don't see it. Like I said, they're not the passing team they were last year with Matt Corral.
I'd like to see Ole Miss win, but I just don't think they're going to win.
Look, I got them winning. Y'all can tell me how wrong I am on next Sunday, but
Yeah.
We will.
I got Ole Miss winning by like 3
No,
points.
don't worry, we will.
Oh, well, we'll see about that.
Hey, whatever we're wrong about, you'll be good. You'll be here to point out as well.
Did
Yeah.
T2 Watt get bounced? Oh, there he is. Okay, I thought he got bounced out.
I'm gonna take
Oh, y'all
Ole Miss.
funny, boy.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
Don't worry, we will.
That and Ole Miss's defense has gotten worse. I don't know
think
who all they
Alabama's
lost
not
off
much
of
better.
it. No,
I think
it's better than Ole Miss's.
Go to the next game because that's the one where I want to see an upset. Maryland.
I think Alabama and Ole
versus
Miss
Penn
are pretty much
State?
equal.
Yep, there's Enos versus Manny. Coordinator versus coordinator. You think
Oh,
Enos
that's
don't want
a
some
great
revenge
game.
on that one?
Penn
Man,
State is a
you
12-point favorite.
don't want revenge on Manny.
I'm taking Maryland all day long. I want to see Enos stomp his heart out.
All right, you got Iowa State versus Oklahoma State. I'm gonna take Iowa State. Oklahoma State looks absolutely terrible right now.
Dude, they've got blown out the last 2 weeks in a row, and I mean blown off the map.
Yep. UCF. Here's a top 25 matchup that's going to be interesting. UCF versus Tulane.
I don't know who to pick for this game.
Tulane is actually a 1.5 point favorite. This will be playing Baton Rouge, New Orleans.
Wow, that's crazy. They're 1.5 point favorite over UCF.
I got UCF coming up in there, shutting the crowd down.
You know what? I think UCF.
Yeah, I think UCF gonna pull that one out.
UCF by like
UCF
4.
Well, I'm gonna pick Tulane just to be the contrarian.
All right, so you got NC State versus Boston College.
NC State, Boston College is terrible, bro. Boston College is terrible.
NC State.
Boston College.
Boston College worse than us.
Trash.
Mississippi State versus Georgia. Mississippi State is a 16.5
just skip that
underdog.
game.
Yeah, just skip the game, bro. It's Georgia. It's Georgia.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's Georgia.
Y'all don't think Mississippi State can catch them slipping?
Mississippi State and Georgia,
No, bro. They just don't. They just don't beat
Georgia all day.
Bro, they just don't got the talent, bro.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna take Mississippi State for the upset.
Well, if you look at it, Uncle Lou picked Mississippi State to beat Georgia preseason.
I'm gonna take Mississippi
Uncle
State
Lou
for the
is
upset.
wrong more often than not.
If they don't upset them on the field, they'll upset them in the points in the spread. I'm not taking Georgia to cover the 16.5.
Yeah, they're not good at covering spreads.
Oregon versus Washington. Oregon is a 12.5 point favorite. Eugene.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
Washington is 7-2 now. They're no slap, whatever you want to call them. Kansas State versus Baylor. Baylor at home, 3.5 point favorite.
I got Kansas State.
Kansas State.
And then you have TCU versus Texas. Texas 7 point favorite. Man.
TCU by 14 points.
I'm about to say TCU pretty good.
I'm gonna take TCU to cover that 7 points.
Yeah, I think they'll cover it. I think they'll cover it. Yeah.
I'll take TCU outright.
For 7 points.
Here's an ACC matchup for you. Wake Forest versus North Carolina. Wake Forest versus North Carolina. Wake Forest is a 3.5 point favorite after coming off that loss to NC State. I'm actually going to take North Carolina for this win to upset them.
I'm not gonna lie, Wake Forest got some wide receivers, man.
Yeah, I'm taking North Carolina for this one.
And North Carolina defense the secondary ain't like that.
I'll say this: I bet on a lot of games, and the over and under for this game needs to be at least 120 at minimum.
Yeah, I'd say just bet the over on this one.
Right.
All right. So obviously we got in Syracuse, in New York, Florida State versus Syracuse. Florida State is a 6 point favorite. I'm going to go with Syracuse. Give me Syracuse.
I'm just gonna
he's picking Syracuse in the fart box.
Come on.
What?
Give me Syracuse. Syracuse by 21. How about that? And no, I'm not saying that because they beat us 45-3. No, I'm not saying that because I don't like Florida State. I'm just saying Syracuse by 21. How
Gotta
about
channel
that?
your inner Seminole.
How about that? Yeah, see, right now I'm Seminole T2Y. So if I say the Seminoles going to lose, you got to take it from a Seminole. Seminoles are going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game, guys. And we're going to try our best to lose this game. Mike Norvell told me this himself.
Hey man,
I just had Jacksonville State.
I just had a video. I just got a notification pop up. Man, Coach Coop looks so sad. We need to start a GoFundMe. Said this dude some Xanax or something. This dude looks so sad in this picture.
Y'all let me know in the chat. Who you guys taking? Are you taking Syracuse or are you taking Florida State this week? Let me know in the chat.
I'll take Florida State. They're on a roll right now.
Yeah, let's just say
no,
Florida
Bergie,
State.
no. We're Miami fans. We don't take Florida State.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're a Miami fan.
No, y'all are Miami fans. Y'all not supposed to take Florida State.
All right. Well, I'm still taking Florida
State. To get a Golden Panther T2Y, and I want to be here to see it.
That'll never happen. Oregon State versus Cal. Oregon State versus Cal.
Take Oregon State.
Nobody cares.
Half-point favorite.
Yeah, in reality, I don't care, but I'll take Oregon State.
Yeah, sure, Oregon State.
Hold on. What did it say? Let's get it, man.
Let's get it, man.
He says FSU by 14. FSU by 14. Y'all agree with that?
It's reasonable. Syracuse has come back to earth.
Yeah, I got Fresno State by 14.
Fresno State.
Fresno State.
I got you. Stanford versus Utah. Utah is a 23-point favorite.
Take Utah.
Yeah,
I say Stanford covers.
I'm going to say Stanford to cover that, too. UCLA versus Arizona. UCLA is a 19-point favorite against Arizona.
Take
I'll
UCLA.
take Arizona to cover it. I'll take UCLA for the win, Arizona to cover the spread. All right, so let's go into a regular ACC, Power 5, matchup. You know what? I'm gonna save the best conference for last, like Slim like to say. So we'll start with the worst conference with the SEC.
Hell,
So
the Pac-12
the
might
ACC
actually,
is a Group of 5 conference, but okay.
the Pac-12 might actually be better than the SEC this year. They looking half decent out there.
All right, so first unranked matchup, you got Kentucky versus Vanderbilt. Kentucky is a 17.5-point favorite at home. I'm taking Kentucky. Can't see Vanderbilt beating nobody.
Taking the spread, yep.
All right, so you got the Florida Baby. Listen, I'm at the Florida Gators in Gainesville versus South Carolina. The Gators are an 8-point favorites.
Florida by 200 points.
I'm gonna take, believe it or not, on this one. Believe it or not.
Oh, don't you dare.
I hate to say this, man. But I'm gonna take the Gamecocks to win by 21 points.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You must have hit your thoughts. So you actually fell down the spiral when you were walking out of the stadium yesterday? You bumped your head?
Well, actually, if you look at it, South Carolina looked more impressive against a common opponent than Florida did.
Yeah. So anyway, how hard did you hit your head, T2Y? Are you okay? Do you need help? You want me to send over some chocolate milk or something?
He's a Seminole now.
See, you messed up, Bergie.
What?
Hurricane T2Y hit his head. Seminole
that's right.
Yeah, you're thinking of Hurricane T2Y.
Hurricane hit his head. It was Seminole T2Y that woke up. I got you. I got it.
Yes,
I'm gonna take
personality.
South Carolina. I'm gonna take South Carolina to beat them by. I'm gonna take South Carolina to beat them by 21. I know South Carolina beat them by 23 last year. I'm gonna downgrade the points just a little bit. How about that, Gators?
Okay, South Carolina needs to look good before we destroy them next year.
All right, so we got a shit bowl here. We got Texas A&M versus Auburn. Battle of the three and six. Somebody's got to have 4 wins on the season. Who you guys are taking, Auburn or you taking Texas A&M?
That is Auburn.
Now Auburn is at home, and Auburn is a 1-point favorite. Now keep in mind, Auburn did fire their head coach. So
I'll take Auburn.
Auburn did fire their head coach, and there's a lot of their players that did hit the transfer portal. I don't know how that affects you guys, but I'm going to roll with Texas A&M on this one. I'm taking Texas A&M for the win to cover the 1 point.
You think there's a real shot that Dion would take the Auburn job if he's offered it?
Absolutely not.
From what I'm hearing, he's not even a candidate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and see, that's what I keep bringing up is, all these people are talking about Dion there, but nobody knows that the schools are actually even interested in him whatsoever.
I heard they're not. I heard it's a few names, Lane Kiffin being the main one, but
yeah, Hugh Freeze,
Bill O'Brien.
Oh, please let Bill O'Brien be the Auburn coach.
Well, here's the thing with Hugh Freeze. Apparently, the rumor is if a team in the SEC
interest into it.
Well, here's the thing. The rumor is if a team in the SEC wants to hire him, they have to get permission from the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey, because he's apparently been blackballed from the SEC because of that mess that went down at Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, Pac-12 only got one matchup that's not ranked this week, and that's Arizona State versus Washington State. Washington State is at home with a 9-point favorite.
Take Washington State.
I'll just take Washington State. Not sure if they'll cover the 9 points, but I'll take them. Take them to win. All right, let's go into what is that? The Pac-12. We'll go into the Big Ten. Big Ten matchups. We already talked. All right, Rutgers versus Michigan State. Both of these teams coming into this matchup at 4 and 5. Michigan State is a 12-point favorite. Who you guys taking?
I haven't got it. I'm going to go Rutgers because why not?
Yeah, I'm taking Michigan State is at home. They just came
Michigan
off a
State's
win.
bad, but they're not Rutgers level bad.
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan State for the win.
Okay.
Wisconsin versus Iowa. The line is even, actually. Nobody's a favorite.
Take Wisconsin.
Iowa is at home.
Sure, Wisconsin.
Both of them did just come off 2 impressive wins, so I'll just take Iowa today home.
I don't think
Iowa's got the better
touchdown in this game.
Iowa's got the better defense. Give me Iowa.
Yeah, I will go with Iowa on that one, honestly.
All right, Minnesota versus Northwestern. Northwestern 1-8. Minnesota 6-3. Minnesota 17-point favorite at home.
Minnesota.
Yeah, seems
Minnesota
about right.
it is.
The row your boats.
All righty. Well, that's it for the Big Ten teams that are not ranked. Let's go into the Big 12. All right, unranked matchup: Oklahoma versus West Virginia. Virginia is at home. West Virginia is at home. Oklahoma is a 7.5-point favorite. I'm gonna take Oklahoma.
Oklahoma by about 21 points.
Yeah, I'm going to take Oklahoma because somebody has to win.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma not to cover though. I'm gonna take Oklahoma for the win. They're not covering that 7.5.
No, they'll easily cover the 7. Watch.
I don't trust them just as much as I don't trust West Virginia. All right. Another unranked matchup. We got Kansas versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech at home, 3.5-point favorite.
I got Kansas.
I just want to pick. I'm just going to pick Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
All right. I appreciate that, Lenore.
Keep the hot streak going.
Okay, let's go to the best conference in the country according to Slim, the ACC.
And it ain't even close.
All right, unranked matchup, number 1 on the list. At home, Georgia Tech is at home.
About that next year.
Georgia Tech is at home in Atlanta versus Miami. Georgia Tech is 4-4, 4-5. Miami's 4-5.
Georgia Tech by
Georgia
10
Tech is a 1-point favorite.
Miami wins by 111.
Oh, no, they'll win by like 200.
I'm gonna actually take Miami for the win in this one.
Miami wins.
Nothing more than 3 points.
Nah, I don't think Miami wins this game.
You can't score a touchdown.
Yep, you got to score
Georgia Tech,
touchdowns to win.
I mean, as bad as we are, Georgia Tech doesn't have a quarterback.
Do we?
We got
Georgia Tech's worse than we are.
We got 2 quarterbacks right now.
And Georgia Tech has
if we put Jakari Brown in just to run the ball, we could beat Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech hasn't scored a touchdown in 2 games.
Okay, we haven't either.
Yeah.
Miami hasn't scored a touchdown in 10 quarters.
9.
9 quarters.
9. Okay.
OG says Georgia Tech by 14 points. Oh my God.
OG Kane.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That man gonna make me drive to his house and slap him for that one.
Yeah, so what else we got in here? Miami. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to bet the under on this game too.
12-9, another loss. Might be a Seminole fan.
But wait, there's more.
Georgia Tech 30, Miami 3. I see these Seminole fans. These Seminole fans, they
no fan. That's a fellow no fan.
You know what? Us Seminole fans, we're so trashy, bro. I gotta admit it. We are so trashy. We are the worst fan base in college football.
Golly.
T2, every time I say you Seminole T2, I know your mouth just get bitter with saying that shit, man. Ain't no way in the hell, bro. 30 to 3. No.
OG says Miami finished 4-8.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say it.
Take no 3 more losses in a row, man.
Man, that bro really tested me. He gonna make me drive to his house. I know where he's at.
McTavish. Oh wow, 45-10. That's crazy right there.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
See, people still haven't learned a lesson. There has to be a little bit of truth in a good troll. Ain't no truth in that.
Mm-hmm. Says Miami will finish 7-5 or 6-6. 6-6. 7-5 is a hell no. We're not winning 3 straight games.
They might. Clemson ain't looking like much of a challenge right now.
Oh,
we ain't either. We ain't either. Think about that. We're 3 points away from being at 0 yesterday.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I won't be surprised if Clemson beat us 45 to whatever.
Nothing.
Hey, man, Clemson can't blow anybody out. Have you been watching Clemson this year? They're in a team on their schedule.
We can't seem to stop anybody from blowing us out.
I'm sure nobody thought Middle Tennessee could blow anybody out either.
All right, here's another shitty matchup. Virginia Tech versus Duke. Duke is a 10-point favorite at home.
Got to take Duke because Virginia Tech sucks.
I'm going to take Duke also. Pitt versus Virginia. Pitt is a 4-point favorite at Virginia.
Take Pitt.
Pitt. Yep, Pitt.
Yeah, I'll take Pitt for the win. Any other ones? I think everything's already. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the matchups for next week. We'll come back here on Sunday and see what's going on with those. Also, I will have my regular Wednesday show at 5 o'clock. That's Florida State, Miami, and the Gators. Big 3 football. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you're a Seminole fan, subscribe. If you're a Gator fan, subscribe. Every Wednesday, 5 o'clock, we talk about those three teams. We might even have to throw UCF up in there at the rate they're going. What are you guys expecting this week? Miami versus Georgia Tech.
Hopefully a touchdown.
Mediocrity. That's all.
I'm saying anything. Can I get anything, please? Can I get
Something.
At least for the last 3 games.
Let's make this more detailed. What are you guys looking forward to on the offensive side of the ball?
A touchdown.
A touchdown.
Help it out.
I'm not even kidding. I want to see a touchdown.
Bro, we
At
ain't
least one.
in daggone quarters, bro. The last time we scored was against Duke. Come on now. We got to do something.
Helping out the young quarterback, man. We got players to help out the young quarterback.
Oh, we got a new Kane.
All right. Look at that.
You just told him to go away.
No, it would be.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
What happened?
I just want to let you know, little baby, we got better days ahead of us.
Oh, she knows.
That game you saw yesterday was not us. That was not us.
Don't worry about it. She won't remember it. It was the practice squad.
All right, let me switch back before YouTube demonetize me. Oh man! So offensively, we're looking for touchdowns. What about the run game? Are you guys looking forward to see this run game?
It still needs to improve.
As long as nobody fumbles the ball.
That's why. Hey, I had to give Rooster his credit. He looked like he had some flashes, looking like the Rooster of old, and he didn't fumble the ball at all.
I mean, he had 2 runs there that he looked all right, and then that was it. I mean, they stopped using them after that. It's like
that's like you sitting up here giving a fat person a sample. You can't get nobody no sample without no entree. That's all you get.
Right.
No,
exactly.
Keep
The
going
way I
with that.
feel with this offense is we don't let nobody pretty much do anything. After they run the ball 1 or 2 times, they take them out, they yank them.
But at the same time, that's what Rooster, you got to understand. When you fumble as much as he's fumbled, you're not going to get the bulk of the carries. And yeah, they gave him a little bit yesterday and he looked okay, but they're thinking as, all right, we got the yardage we needed, get him out. Let's try and do something with this and not take a chance that he fumbles again. I mean, that's
how you start. I mean, I think you're right. I think he's got to build back that trust.
Right. But I don't know. I think he's gone at the end of the year anyway.
They actually got us as the favorite.
I mean, it's like I said earlier. I mean, we've been ragging on him, so I mean, I got to give him credit when he does something good.
I'm not knocking that, but like I just said, it's just he had it was just basically 2 runs, and okay, great. He had a little bit of a moment. That's cool, but I don't know. I'm just really disappointed over what I'm seeing.
I don't understand why we ain't put Thad out there.
They did put him out. He played.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah, for that a little bit. I ain't seen him play a lot.
I just, in my personal opinion is I just don't think this coaching staff has much faith in anybody right now, and they're just piecing together whatever works, and if it works, great. Milk it for a little bit, pull it, and try something else. I don't think they have any faith in what they have right now at all.
Nor should they.
If you look at us versus Georgia Tech is actually a worse team than us right now, and that's hard to say. They allow more points, they allow more yards, everything. They're actually at 17 points a game right now. We're at 24, so they're actually scoreless than us too. They give up more points than us with 28. We give up 25. So I think we can win this game. But it's I don't know. Whatever when the clock hits 0, that's whatever I'll take. This game is actually on ESPN3, which is basically the internet, at 3:30 p.m.
It
So it's
should
not a
be on.
short.
If you're local, it should be on Sunshine Valley, whatever it's called, Valley, Florida.
Yeah, I
So
got the
it'll be
ballot.
on.
I got the ballot.
Yeah,
Normally,
I got the ballot.
I got
app.
some of those channels up here too.
normally, normally, if it's not on Bally, it's just on the internet.
Right.
So
But I'm saying if you're local, it's usually on Valley.
unless they give it to a different game. But there you have it, man. Miami versus Georgia Tech. Whew.
I ain't happy about it.
And that's all right.
Yeah, it's not
I
really-
hit I hit the Powerball last night, so I'm gonna buy the best recruiting class money can buy and send them down there. I'm gonna put Jimbo to shame.
Speaking of that, I need a
We need all the help that we can get, man. I've been getting dogged at work about this shit, man.
I played the Powerball and I lost.
Well, see, I ain't even checked my ticket, but I already know it's a winner. So I'll buy every 5-star in the country, send them down there.
I'm still puzzled right now.
I'm gonna take your power.
I'm still puzzled right now. More people actually blame me than they blame Gaddis. Now 38. Okay, so I'm looking at the votes right now. Hold on, let me put it into the screen.
I ain't gonna lie, T2I. I voted for you.
I didn't. I voted for Mario.
I voted for Gavin. No, Mario.
My thing is, Mario hired him, so he knew what he was
Let
getting.
Mario. Hey, how I feel like you gotta let Mario make the decisions he gotta make.
He did, though. That's the thing. He made that decision.
There we go.
He had every
Yeah, so-
possibility to research it, and he picked that dude, and this is what we got.
So more people actually voted for me than they did for Gaddis. Okay, so 226 people voted on this. Mario came in first place with 38% of the vote, so they're blaming the loss on Mario. Gaddis only got 11%. 29% is voted for the players, and coming in at a whopping 22% is T2I. Obviously, I don't know how many people wasted those votes, but they should probably put it on Gaddis. But yep. Yeah, that's it for the poll in the chat.
Well, I told you, T2I. I wasn't joking when I said I voted for you.
All right, so we didn't get to 100, but hey, we got close to it. 80 likes. That's pretty decent. If you got anybody that's here in the chat that haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're at 80. Would love to get to 100, but
It don't cost nothing. Just hit the like button.
yes, guys, if you want to
That's
hit the
all.
like button, basically all you do is you click that button right there. You click that. That's how you hit the like button if you're on your computer. And if you want to join the channel as a member, you hit that join button. And if you want to subscribe, I don't have a subscribe button, obviously, because being that this is my channel, I don't have the subscribe button, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably have it somewhere in this area.
Wait a minute, you can't subscribe to yourself?
Nah.
How are you? If you can't subscribe to yourself, how you gonna get notifications for when you go live?
Damn good question. That's a damn good question. Please elaborate on that shit.
Nah, they'll send a notification to that. They'll send a notification to my burner account, which is T2Y Reacts. I haven't posted no videos on there. Surprisingly, I got 40 subscribers though.
Oh wow. That's just off the strength. That's why. That's just off the strength of who you are.
I actually do need to start putting some videos over there. Yeah, but tomorrow I'm gonna drop like 2 videos so far. Miami fans reacting to us getting our ass whooped by Florida State, and Florida State fans reacting to them beating the brakes off of us. So those 2 will drop, and then probably on Wednesday I'll drop the Gators reacting to them whooping the brakes off us. So, like, share,
Well, wait a
subscribe,
minute.
guys.
We got at least 2 years before they can even think of that happening. How the Gators gonna react to them thinking they whooping us?
Nah, they gonna react to Florida State whooping us the way they did
Oh,
because
okay.
their message board, they tuned in on it too. They chimed in. You know, anything that's going on with Miami and Florida State, of course, they paying attention. But anyways, guys, great show. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys. Appreciate everybody that hit the like button, that subscribed to the channel, that interacted in the chat, that's on the panel. With that being said, hold on. Before I do, what's the score to my Rams?
Rams are winning by a little bit. I forgot the score. I'm watching the halftime right now.
Let me see if we whooping them sea thieves. Oh yeah, we up by 1.
7-6. Yeah, like I said, it was a little bit.
So all you Buccaneers fans, our Rams is whooping y'all by 1 point right now. All right. With that being said, that game is on CBS. I'm gonna go watch the second half of it. Appreciate you guys and good night.
Yeah, be good, man. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one, gentlemen. All right, y'all. Go Kings.
That shit ain't TV.